Hey everyone, Adam with Dry Media here, and in this video we're going to be making a portable one-case battery charging station. Almost every single thing that we need on film and video and photo shoots requires some sort of power. And that means we either have to have access to outlets in a wall, or we need to carry around a bunch of batteries. Now, if you're like me, the solution to this is just a bunch of power cables, battery chargers, and batteries in a bag or a crate that you carry around with you to shoots. And then afterwards, everything gets tossed back in, and then you have to sort and organize it all the next day. We put together a video not too long ago on some of our power solutions that I'll link below. But recently, I decided to make a case that would hold all of my chargers in a tidy, professional way. And I'm going to show you here. Here it is. This is charging a bunch of batteries right now. And we'll kind of get into all this. Starting off with this, it's also powering both of the video lights that I'm using, this one behind me over here, as well as powering my camera. So this thing has a ton of options, got a lot of juice, and we're going to get into this build right now. I started with a small case. I had and currently still have a bunch of small hard shell cases from like my DD microphones and various other gear, so I had a lot of options to choose from. You can do this with pretty much any case though, and I recommend using what you have. You'll want to make sure there is no foam on the inside and no residual glue or anything else, since we're going to be attaching things to the inside of this case. I wanted to make this fairly universal though, so I opted for a small Pelican 1200 case that I had bought a few years back for some other gear. And I made sure there wasn't any foam or anything else left on the inside. Next up, I've got the battery. One thing I get asked all the time is how to make things battery powered or self-contained. Well, here you go, you greedy little beggars. So this is the OmniCharge Ultimate, which retails for like $400. This is not a low budget option, but I already had it, and it is truthfully one of the best options for portable battery charging stations like this. It fits perfectly in the Pelican 1200 case, has an AC outlet for me to power everything, and provides a ton of power in a relatively small package. There are so many other options out there though, so even though I recommend this OmniCharge, just find something that works for you, your case, and your budget. I wanted to be able to power multiple chargers via USB. I found this Jackie LED power strip with 4 traditional USB outlets, 1 USB 3.0 quick charge outlet, and 2 traditional AC outlets. This was fairly inexpensive at around $20, but there are a lot of other options out there, again, based on what you need. You can find pretty much any slim USB powered chargers for your batteries. For me, I use a fair amount of AA batteries. I have my Sony cameras, which use the FW batteries, and I also use Sony NPF style batteries on my lights and monitors and things like that. So those are the 3 I went with. I found these nice dual chargers from RAV Power for my Sony FW and NPF batteries, and then this AA and AAA charger from Power Owl. These all use a micro USB input, have a slim profile, and battery indicator lights, so I know when things are charging or are fully charged. To connect everything, I went with these right-angled USB to micro USB cables rather than the ones that were included with the chargers. The micro USB end is this really neat dual-sided one, so you can actually use it in either direction. Ultimately, these give us more of a compact footprint compared to a cable that just juts out of the charger. I also had some leftover cable clips with a self-adhesive backing on them to help keep the cables nice and tidy. I found after some extended use that the adhesive backings started to get loose, so I ended up super gluing them down. Just be aware of this if you're thinking about going with the same brand. I also used some industrial strength Velcro with adhesive backing. The main consideration when building your portable one-case battery charging station is to think long-term. You want everything to be modular so that you don't have to replace everything when you get maybe a new piece of gear that requires a new kind of battery. You can just pull 1 or 2 little things out and replace those rather than having to reconfigure all of your case. So building this case was super simple. I did a dry run with all the pieces so I could see where they would all fit best, how the cords would lay, and what sort of room I would need for adding or removing batteries from the chargers. It was during my first test placement that I realized while the AA charger would technically fit, the USB cord it came with needed too much room, so I ended up grabbing those right-angled ones. Once I had a good idea of where everything was going to go, I tested it out and made sure everything would work properly where I had it when actually plugged into the battery. After that, I cut off pieces of Velcro and started attaching the chargers to the back side, and then I attached the power strip to the bottom. I also use the same side of Velcro for everything, so all the Velcro on the inside of the case is only one type, and all the Velcro on the chargers is another. This way I could potentially move stuff around without swapping out Velcro. I don't foresee this being an actual need, but again, think these things through when you're doing them. Once I had all the chargers attached to the inside of the box, I connected the cables, and then I adjusted them so that they were a little more tidy and secure. From this point on, I could quickly and easily set up and start charging batteries. And since the OmniPower has lots of juice, it can even run lights while it's charging your batteries. Overall, this portable one-case battery charging station is an absolute killer DIY solution for powering your gear and charging your batteries. And one of the best parts is that you could take these ideas and build your own custom case based on your gear needs and what gear you've already got around, like what kind of cases you might have from some old microphones, and maybe even what kind of battery you've already got laying around. Or you could even skip the battery overall and just use this as a one-case battery charging station that plugs into the wall. If you have any comments or questions about this build, please leave those in the comments section below. If you liked this video and want more content just like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we will see you next time. Hey everyone, Adam at Media here, and in today's video we are trying to log on to a computer.